أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدني علما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to LQ Milton, class number 67, inshallah. In class number 65 and 66, we introduced the particle an. Harfun nasbin wa masdariyin. Particle an most of the time will be followed by fail mudare, and that fail mudare will be mansoob in nature. In lesson number 17, Dr. Saab used particle an with the singular form of fail mudare. Yazhabu, tazhabu, tazhabu, azhabu, and nazhabu. 5 in your pocket. 5 in your pocket. Before we continue lesson number 18, and we will not go into too much detail, Dr. Saab is now going to use particle an with the plural form of fail mudare. It's a same concept. Particle an is used with the plural form. But before we go into lesson number 18, let's do a quick revision of fail mudare or present tense. The verb that we are going to use is zahaba, because that's mostly used in lesson number 18, so it will be easy for us to understand the lesson. Zahaba, yazhabu. Is this marfu? Yes, because of dhamma, right? Fi'lun mudari'un marfu'un bi dhamma. Yazhabani. Is this marfu? Yes. Fi'lun mudari'un marfu'un bi sabuti noon. The evidence of noon is indicating that this is marfu. Right? Remember that. What if I have to make yazhabani into mansoob? I will remove the noon, right? So it will be yazhaba. Now I say yazhaba fi'lun mudari'un marfu'un, not marfu'un, mansubun bi hazfi noon. Hazfi means to take it out, to remove the noon. Yazhabu, make it mansub, yazhaba. That is easy. Fi'lun mudari'un mansubun bi fatah. Fatah is there. That's easy, right? Yazhabuna, yazhabu. Tazhabu, tazhaba. Tazhabani, tazhaba. Yazhabuna, yazhabu. Failun mudari'un mansubun bi hazfi noon. Failun mudari'un marfu'un bi sabuti noon. Now we know what is marfu and what is mansub. Okay, this is the evidence of noon, or take the noon out, it will be mansub. Tazhabani, tazhaba. Yazhabna is hunna, yazhabna. Yazhabna would not change because we know hunna and antunna, they are static, mabni. They do not change. But when yazhabna is coming with an, then I know this is in a mansub form. Mansub form. Right? My mind knows that it is in a mansub form. Tazhabu, tazhaba. Tazhabani, tazhaba. Tazhabuna, tazhabu. Tazhabina, tazhabi. Tazhabani, tazhaba. Tazhabna, tazhabna. Antunna, static. Azhabu, azhaba. Nazhabu, nazhaba. So you see, this is a very quick revision of how fi'l mudare will move from a marfu form into a mansub form. So when an comes in front of yazhabuna, it will be ay yazhabu. That's all Dr. Saab is teaching us in lesson number 18. That's all. Tazhabuna, an comes in front of tazhabuna, an tazhabu. Now he's using the plural form. So without any further delay, we will start lesson number 18. Very quickly, we'll go through the lesson, and then we'll do only few exercises, because that's all we are learning, so we don't have to go into too much detail. This is a conversation. Once we finish lesson number 18, we will introduce the concept of lan, because we're saving the best for the last. Okay? So that everyone is engaged. We'll introduce the particle lan, which is used in Quran all the time. Once we introduce this particle, we will go and try and analyze 4 examples from Quran, where lan is coming, and then
59 times.
Sir?
59 times I used that.
59 times lan is used.
I guess I used.
So Dr. Saab is saying 59 times lan is used in Quran. So we are using or bringing in 4 examples and see and observe the particle lan, because the next lesson number 19 is lan. So lesson number 18, very quickly. Hamidun li zawjatihi, he is talking to his wife. Hamid is talking to his wife. What is he saying? Aina turidina. Page number 127, book 2. Aina turidina. Where do you want? Turidina. Where is the file? Is the file in turidina? Ya. Ya is the file. Aina turidina. Where do you want? Where do you want? An tazhabi. Tazhabina. Tazhabina. Tazhabi. Mansub form. An comes. Where do you want to go? An tazhabi ba'da salat al-asri. After the salah prayers. Amina said, her name is Amina, she said, Uridu, I want, an azura. Now, Dr. Saab begin with the singular form, then he will move into plural form to show us the difference. An azura, zara yazuru, 5 in your pocket, yazuru, tazuru, tazuru, azuru, nazuru. An azura, I want to visit. Jaratana, our neighbor. Allati, the one, or in feminine form. Zaratni amsi, visited us yesterday. I'm not going to do the analysis completely, but we're only going to focus on an, because that's what we are learning. Azuru will become azura because of an, and the way we translate it, to visit. To visit. Then Hamis said, Ayumkinuki, is it possible for you? An tarji'i. Raja'a yarji'u. And then anti form will be tarji'ina. An comes, remove the noon. Tarji'i, mansub. An, is it possible for you to return? Qabla salat al-maghrib, before the maghrib prayers. Amina said, yumkinu, it is possible, inshallah, if Allah wills. Then Hamid said, arju, I request, an taghsili, for you to wash, qamisi, my shirt, al-abyada, my white shirt, ba'da, after, ruju'iki, your return, min indal jarati, from the neighbor. Taghlisi, fi'lun mudari'un mansubun bi hazafi noon. That's all we are learning here, right? Amina said, sa'aghsiluhu. What is this sa? Harfu istiqbal, particle of futurity. So I will wash it, wa akwihi, and iron it, inshallah, if Allah wills. Hamid said, now we're moving from singular into plurals. Now Hamid is talking to his sons. Al-abnau. Aina turiduna an tazhabu. Tazhabuna. Tazhabu, mansub form. Aina turiduna an tazhabu. Where do you want to go? Al-ana, right now, ya abnai, oh my sons. So tazhabu is fi'lun mudari'un mansubun bi hazfi noon. Al-abnau, the son said, nazhabu, we are going, al-ana ila al-masjidi, right now to the masjid. Wa ba'da salati, and after the prayers, nuridu, we want, an nazhaba, we want to go ila suki, to the market, li nashtariya. Li comes, lamu ta'lil, it will be followed by fi'l mudare, and that fi'l mudare will be mansub. Who is controlling the fi'l mudare? An is hiding inside harf jar li, and when then an comes and then takes control of li, it will be lamu ta'lil, and then an is now controlling the fi'l mudare, but we don't see an. Li nashtariya, to buy what? Mafulun bihi, aqlaman, pens, wa dafatira, notebooks, wa masatira, and rulers. Right? Hamid said, aina zumla'ukum, where are your friends? Ma ja'u, they did not come. Al-yawma, today. Li ziyaratakum, to visit you all. Ka'adatihum, like they used to do it. Kulla asbu'in, the entire week. Right, Inam bhai? Kulla asbu'in. Li ziyaratakum, li, lamu ta'lil, will be followed by, this is harf jar. This is li, because it is followed by the noun. It is followed by, so this is harf jar. Li ziyarata, for visiting you all.
Also there is kasra and the
Kasra and the, not ziyarata, is ziyarati.
Right.
Is ziyarati. So ziyaratikum. Ka'adithum kulla usbu'in. Al-abna'u, the son said, aradu. They aradu, irada means they decided. Yeah, they decided an yazhabu. Zahaba, yazhabu, yazhabani, yazhabuna. Yazhabu, felun mudari'un mansubun bi hazfi noon. They decided to go al yawma today ilal muthafi, to the museum. Hamid said, Ya banati. Now he's turning over to his daughters. Ya banati, O daughters, ana al-ana ashabu ilal mustashfa li'iyadati Salma. I am right now going to the hospital li iyadati, to visit Salma. Aturidna antunna. Aturidna, do you want all an tazhabna, to go ma'i, with me? Right? Ma'i, with me. So an tazhabna. Is tazhabna marfu form or a mansub form? It is in a mansub form. It is in a mansub form. Why? Because an comes. Al-banat, the daughter said, Na'am, yes. Then Hamid said, Maza turidna an takhuzna laha. What do you want to take for her? Maza turidna, you want all to take, an takhuzna, to take for her, laha. Al-banat, they said, nuridu, we want, an nakhuza. Akhaza yakhuzu. 5 in your pocket. Yakhuzu, ta'khuzu, ta'khuzu, akhuzu, nakhuzu. Nakhuzu, we take. Comes an nakhuza. We want to take ma'ana, with us, ulbat al-halwa, the box of sweets. This hazihi, this box of sweets. Inna, indeed, that Salma tuhibbu, she loves hazihil halwa kasiran, these sweets a lot. Kasiran, mafulun mutlaq. Hamid said, Aturitna an takhuzna shayyan akhara. Do you want to take? See, I'm translating it. Do you want to take? Takhuzna, to take anything else or other things? Al-banat, it says nuridu, we want. An nakhuza, to take. Hazihil mujallati, this magazine. Fahazal kitabi, hazihil mujallata wa hazal kitaba wa hazal milabisa. Why they are all mansub? Because they are all mafulun bihi. Mafulun bihi. Mafulun bihi for nakhuza. Nakhuza. Nuridu, we want, an nakhuza, to take, hazihi, these mujallata, magazines, wa hazal kitaba, this book, wa hazal milabisa, and these clothes. Now, one thing to note here, hazihil mujallata, hazal kitaba, hazihil milabisa. 2 times hazihi comes and 1 time haza comes. Why? Kullu juma muannas. Kullu juma muannas. Very good. Hamid said, Arju, I request Allah. Now, this is something that we learned or briefly touched upon in last class. An, to do something. An yakhuza, right? An takhuza, to take. But when then you're saying not to take, then after an comes la, and then it will become Allah. So here Hamid is saying, Arju, I request Allah not to takhuzna, not to take, for you all not to take, hazihil ashya'a kullaha, these things, all of them. Fa innal mustashfa, because that in the hospital, ya yasmahu, does not permit bidukhuli ashya'a kasiratin, the hospital does not permit these things بالدخول for these things to enter.
فإن could be because. Or
Oh, because. Yeah, because. فإن is because. You're right. فإن is because. Because the hospital does not permit these things to enter. أين خديجة وعائشة وأم كلثوم? Where is Khadija, Aisha and Kulthum? أيردنا أن يذهبن معنا? Do they want to come with us? أين يذهبن? Is يذهبن in the mansub form? Yes, it is. It is mabni. إحدى البنات, one of the daughters said, لا أدري. I don't know. أين هن? Where are they? أظن. Zanna, yazunnu. 5 in your pocket. Yazunnu, tazunnu, tazunnu, azunnu, nazunnu. I think inna hunna ma rajana min al madrasati. They did not return from the school. Hami said, Hayya bina ya banat. Hurry up, oh my daughters, or daughters. We kind of rushed through this, lesson number 18, and we didn't want to spend too much time because we have done so much analysis. The only thing to remember in lesson number 18 is when there are plurals and they become mansub, we will remove the noon, and when an comes. So let's do exercise number 3 very quickly. In this exercise, all we have to do that we have to bring in an in front of the fi'l mudari. So for example, I would say haulai yuriduna an yazhabu ilal mal'abi. Yazhabuna will become yazhabu. Yazhabuna will become yazhabu because an is entering.
right.
Yuriduna an yaskunu fi mahajil jamiati. Yuriduna an yajlisu fi safil awwali. Yuriduna an yarji'u ilal mahajil bil hissati saniyati. Yuriduna an yaftahu an nawafis. All we're doing is just removing the noon for practice, right? So we can do all of them. Yuriduna yakhuzu هذه المجلة إلى بيوتهم يريدون أن يغسلوا وجوههم يريدون أن يضربوا نني يريدون أن يقرأوا القرآن يريدون أن يدخلوا المكتبة يريدون أن يقولوا لك شيئا يريدون أن يأكلوا يريدون أن يشربوا القهوة يريدون أن yazuru al-mudira. Mudiru. Fine.
Mudira
Oh, with mafulun bihi. Mafulun bihi. Waw is the file. Very good. Waw is the file. Al-mudira is the mafulun bihi. That's all we're doing. Number 4. Just ta'ammal ma yali. Ponder upon the following. This is a good exercise. Huwa yazhabu. Huwa yuridu an yazhaba. Hiya tazhabu. Hiya turidu an tazhaba. Anta tazhabu. Anta turidu an tazhaba. So we're making it mansub because of an. Ana azhabu. Ana uridu an azhaba. Nahnu nazhabu. Nahanu nuridu an nazhaba. Then comes the plurals. Hum yazhabuna. Hum yuriduna an yazhabu. Antum tazhabuna. Antum turiduna an tazhabu. Anta anti tazhabina. Anti turidina an tazhabi. Then the last one, hunna yazhabna. Hunna yuridna ay yazhabna. No change. Antunna tazhabna. Antunna turidna an tazhabna. Because they are mabni. They are static. Ali bhai? clear. Then let's go to exercise number 7. Don't worry about lesson 5 and 6. We're going to lesson number 7. Ta'ammal ma yali. Ponder upon the following. Al-mudare al-marfu. Yazhabu. Marfu, because of alamatu rafi is dhamma. Yazhabuna. It is marfu. Bi sabuti noon. Tazhabu. Alamatu raf is dhamma. Yazhaba. Alamatu nasbin is fatah. Yazhaba. Yazhabu. It is mansub. Alamatu nasbin is bi hazfi noon. Tazhaba. It is mansub. Alamatu raf is fatah. Yazhabna. It's mabni. Tazhabna, it's mabni as well. Tazhabu, alamatu raf, marfu is dhamma. When it becomes mansub, the alamat will become fatah. Tazhabuna bi sabuti noon and tazhabu bi hazfi noon. Tazhabina, marfu bi sabuti noon, tazhabi bi hazfi noon. Tazhabna mabni and tazhabna mabni in both form, marfu form and mansub form will remain tazhabna. Azhabu, azhaba, dhamma is the sign of mudare for marfu for azhabu, and azhaba the sign of fatah is mansub. Nazhabu, marfu because of dhamma and nazhaba because of fatah. So we already done that. We already did this exercise in the beginning, so this is just some repetition here. And the last one is 8, exercise number 8. Allah. An plus la will become Allah. Arju an tadkhula. I request you to enter. An tadkhula, you to enter. But if I say I request you not to enter, I will say Arju Allah tadkhula. I request you not to enter. Arju an tajlisa huna. I request you to sit here. But if I am requesting them not to sit here, I will say Arju Allah, which is an plus la, harfu nafi. Arju Allah tajlisa huna. I want you not to sit here. We won't go to any further in lesson number 18 because that's all we are learning. No need.
Just a quick question about the Allah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is a kind of a hidden request, but is there like has to be a request, or is
it could be anything.
Order
It could be anything.
Could be order as well.
It could be order. It could be request.
Depend on the situation.
Not to do anything.
Not to do
anything. Don't go. You don't have to request. Don't go. Allah tashaba.
Right.
Don't go. It doesn't have to be request. Anything not to do.
Yeah.
Does it have to be through a verb? Or, for example, second kalma ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
That is la ilaha.
Ashhadu Allah an Allah.
Ashhadu an
La ilaha illallah, except for Allah.
इसमें कोई verb नहीं है.
That is not an plus la, because an plus la illa will be followed by fil mudare. There is no fil mudare there. That is exception, particle of exception, right? That illa is particle of exception because there is no mudare coming after that. The highlight of this class is the introduction of particle of lan. That's something we would learn today. And then Sardar Bhai, does it say it comes 59 times in Quran? The particle lan?
Yeah, in different forms. compound, it's more, but sometimes somewhere it is falan.
Falan. Oh, sometimes it's
If it
falan.
includes falan as well, then it is 104 times.
Then it's 104 times.
But if it's just lan,
It's 59 times. So that's good information if it comes with falan.
Yeah.
And then we know fa is sometimes fa is joined with lan. It could be a conditional sentence.
There is a good example of Allah, Surah Yasin.
Alam ahad ilaykum ya bani adama Allah ta'budu ta'budu shaitan Allah ta'budu. Now, Samad bhai, this is from Surah Yasin. Did you not all ahada promised or what do you call the promised or
make promise. Or
Commitment.
commitment, oh son of Adam, Allah ta'budu shaitana, not to worship. Allegiance.
Yeah.
Covenant.
Covenant.
Is the word I was
Covenant,
looking
yeah.
for. Covenant is the word I was looking for. Allah ta'budu. Now ta'budu is in a mansub form.
Right.
Ta'budu shaitana, not to worship shaitan. Innahu, indeed he, lakum, to you all, uduwwun mubin, is the open enemy.
Enemy.
Right? Jazakallah na bhai. You see, when a sentence is constructed, and if we know these small little things, then we can start to create a relationship between the individual words. An plus la plus ta'budu plus shaitana. So now we are understanding they're all related to each other. Ash-shaitana is the mafulun bihi for ta'budu. And ta'budu is in a second form. And then the file is wow. Right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now talking to us in second person. Directly. And then an and la is coming before ta'budu. Now ta'budu is in a mansoob form. That means it is creating a relationship with an. And an is creating a relationship with harfun nafi, la. So the entire ayah is now evident for us. So we can create a relationship with different individual words and then create. And now we understand. Now, ta'budu is mansoob. Why? Because it has a relationship with an. So that means, so Ali Bhai was asking marfu and mansoob form and majroor form and majzoom form. Now the change from a marfu form into a mansoob form into a majroor form or majzoom form will create emotions. And these emotions cannot be captured in the translation, right? So particle lan, it's a particle of negation in future. Now we know there are so many particle of negation. We have learned ma, la, right? We have learned, and la has many different flavors. We have already learned that. But if there is an action that is a negation in future, I'm talking about negation, negation in future for an action, right? A verb that is not to be done in future, then we will bring the particle lan. It's a particle of negation in future. And then particle lan will always be followed by fi'l mudare, and that fi'l mudare will be mansoob. That fi'l mudare will be
Just like an.
yeah, fi'l mudare will be mansoob. But it's used with fi'l mudare and it will be mansoob, but it is in negation.
Right.
Something not to do in negation. Harfun nasbin, it is clear that it will make fi'l mudare mansoob. That's why it's called harfun nasbin. One nafiyan, which means it is in negation. Wa istiqbalin, istiqbal means future. Future, right? So lan is particle of negation in future. There is another particle which is coming very soon, is lam. And everyone knows lam. Lam yalid walam yulad. There's a slight difference between lam is also negation. But lan is also negation, but lam is past continuous. And lan is future. Now, why do we have to understand that when we read the translation, it will always be translated as not.
Right.
It will always be translated as not, right? Negation not. But we don't. But the translation would not tell us that when learn is coming, it will prompt our mind to think Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is telling us something. Negation in future, and that's where we start drawing the conclusions. And then when lam is used, it is past continuous. It happened in the past, and it's continuing now. So there is a timeline that we are talking about. But when we read the translation, it always will tell us not, right? But there's a timeline going there. And then once we understand the difference between lan and lam, then we start thinking about why lan is used here and why lam is used there, right? Then the pondering on the ayah starts to begin.
So for the lam, it's been past continuous, so that means it did happen, and it's gonna be
Never,
Continue.
negation in the past and continues on.
continue.
So lam yalid.
Lam yalid wa lam
Exactly,
yulad.
it's gonna continue on.
Yeah. So and then see, it is such a powerful statement. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. When we look at the translation, it doesn't give us.
Misses the mark.
Yeah, yalid is your active voice and yulad is your passive voice.
Right.
So the negation is actually done in both ways.
Both ways.
There's no ambiguity.
There's no ambiguity left. Active voice and passive voice, both are used, and
So
then
it's established.
and it's established, and never
Exactly.
In the past.
in active, never in passive voice, and past continuous until today, and
Will not.
it's continuing on and on.
Yeah, will not.
Will not, right? So how do we capture that flavor of lam yalid wa lam yulad if we don't understand lam?
You have to add those words
Yeah.
in the translation.
Yeah.
And still will miss meaning.
You still miss it. You still will miss it, right? Active voice, passive voice. So in Al-Quran, let's talk about an example. This is when the children of Israel said to Musa alayhi salam, "Lan nasbira ala tu'amin wahidin." Lan comes. Sabara yasbiru. 5 in your pocket. Yasbiru, tasbiru, asbiru, nasbiru. We will never be patient. So they make a very strong statement. We will never be patient. Ala tu'amin harjar isam majroor wahidin is your nar upon one single type of food. Now, one would think, and I don't want to be political here too much, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using particle of futurity for this statement. Even though this event happened in the past.
I think, in a way, they were blamed for the thanklessness, but we are enjoying different flavors.
Away from 10.
We are not blamed for the thanklessness.
So is this statement used in a particle of futurity, particle of negation in future is used, even though this event happened in the past? What does it tell us? think about it.
The way I figured this, that God is telling us something about past, okay? But for them, that was their present time. So they say that we will not be able to.
This becomes more political
So you
because
put it in
same
context.
phenomena is happening.
Yeah, same.
So this is a true statement. Let's move on to number 2. Lan nala. Nala yanalu. Tanalu, tanalani, tanaluna. Right? Lan tanalul to attain, to achieve. Nala means he attained or achieved something. Lan tanalul birra. You will never achieve al birra, piety. Now, I was thinking about this ayah this morning when Namba you were writing it on the board. Alhamdulillah. I hope I have handwriting like you.
Inshallah.
Lan tanalul birra hatta tunfiku. Now, then I was stuck at tunfiku. Nafaka. Oh, you will never achieve. Now, tanalu is your felun mudareun mansubun bi hazfi nun. Right? So this is a very straight statement coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will never achieve or attain al-birra, the piety, hatta, until tunfiku. So there are two things going on here. And good thing is we just learned about particle an. An controls fil mudare and will make fil mudare mansub. So this is mansub because in book 3 we will learn that an can also hide behind hatta as well. So an is actually in there, controlling tunfiku, mansub. But then again, I got stuck when you were writing it because I was expecting tanfiku. So this is tunfiku. So I thought, what is it? This is form 4. You see, when we read the translation, this will be translated as to spend,
Right.
or to consume, or to, nafaka. But then why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using form 4? Why not the base form, which is nafaka anfaqa, af'ala. Af'ala is the form 4. We have learned about the different forms of verbs. I wanted to spend too much time here because this is exactly why we are learning. Form 4 will make form 1 nafaka and anfaqa, which is anfaqa yunfiku. Tunfiku, tunfiqani, tunfiquna. Tunfiquna will become tunfiku because of an hiding behind hatta. Felun mudarun mansubun bi hasfi nun. Anfaqa will make form 1 nafaka doubly transitive. Intensity increase. Something which is
Again and again.
it's not again and again, but something that is highly desirable. To enter into time and space, which means you're spending something without thought, like
Without any hesitation. No.
without hesitation, something that is very dear to you. That is very dear for you. That is anfaqa is. And then I was thinking Surah Alif Lam Mim Zalik form 4 is used. I was amazed. Zalikal kitabu la rayba fi hudal lil muttaqin allazina yu'minuna bil ghaibi wa yuqimuna salata wa mimma razaqnahum yunfiqun. Form 4. To possess something that is highly regarded, the quality the quality of which is signified, like form 1 nafika, anfaqa, the quality of which is signified.
Right.
So there are there's a difference between anfaqa and nafaqa. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now asking or saying you will never achieve piety until tunfiqu in form 4 mimma, from what? Now this is min plus ma, mimma tuhibbun, you all love. Now this is difficult. It's not like we come to Jummah prayers and then we put $20 in a pocket, satisfy ourselves, our conscience, and then just move on. No. That is not what is required here. I don't think this is form 4. This is not like we give $50 here, $100 here, and then satisfy our conscience and say, okay, I've done my job, or maybe 2.5% of. This is tunfiqu. This is what Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu and Hazrat Umar and Ali and Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu did that. Tunfiqu. Next one is,
Can you translate that, please?
you will never achieve piety until you spend from what you love the most. I would translate it like that. Love the most, or regard the most. You will never achieve the piety, which is a tough thing to do.
The most, I think, it doesn't.
Well,
what you love.
what you love, what
Right.
you love. I'm only trying to explain tunfiqu.
Emphasize,
Emphasizing tunfiqu
Because of the form.
because of the form of it. The
Yeah.
translation doesn't. But see, that's the problem with the translation. You cannot translate these things. You're right. I mean, the translation doesn't make sense. But I'm trying to emphasize tunfiqu here
Right.
because form 4 is used.
Right.
So we have to. The point is, we have to feel it. We can't explain it. Number 3, قال الذين. قال الذين is your file. قال الذين كفروا. The one who disbelieved. People who disbelieve. قال الذين كفروا لن نؤمن. آمنا. نؤمن. يؤمن. 5 in your pocket. تؤمنوا. تؤمنوا. أؤمنوا. نؤمنوا. لن نؤمن بهذا القرآن. So what they say, we will never believe in this Quran. So this is an attribute. Now, this is the particle of negation in future, which means yes, they did not believe in Quran. The people who disbelieve, they did not believe in Quran, and still people do not believe in Quran.
Right.
People still do not believe in Quran.
So it's a mixture of past and future. Qala alladhina, they said that
We will never do it. They said we will never, but they didn't do it. They didn't do it.
Right.
Number 4, atahsabul insanu. Atahsabul insanu an lan najma'a izamahu. What is tahsabu?
You figured, you thought.
You thought. Do you think? Now, this is, now again, see, the thing is, tahsabu is you in the second person form. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to al-insanu, the humanity, in a singular form. Do you all think? Because izamahu, I was thinking about why who is there, because this is used in insanu is used in all humanity, is used in a singular form. Do you all think that the humanity thinks? Then now this is an. And this is something I wanted to understand. An is not being followed by fi'l mudari. So here an is translated as that. Lan najma'a. Jama'a yajma'u. Tajma'u, tajma'u, ajma'u, najma'u. Najma'u, we will collect. Or we collect. that we will not collect izamahu, your bones.
His bones.
Yeah, his bones. His bones.
Yes. I think the much more makes sense. Bring together. This is the topic.
Okay,
Put together or
izamahu, or yeah, to make them alive or bring together is basically najma, collecting or bringing together.
Put together.
Izamahu, his bones put together, like making it alive again. And this is in second person. So this is challenging the insan. This is the introduction of lan, and we also talked about lam and the timeline and the difference between lam and lan. Next lessons will be lan and lam. Inshallah, we will do lesson number 19. We will learn more about lan, do some more practice, inshallah. With that, inshallah, we will finish our class. And then we had some technical difficulties this morning. Our mic wasn't working well, and then so hopefully the recording inshallah will be fine. But the voice quality, if you feel there's some voice quality issues, please forgive us. Inshallah will be fine. But we'll try to resolve this in the next class. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إسرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.